Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. You've made the choice to give yourself this gift, the gift of rest, of slowing down, of letting go of the day behind you. That choice alone is something to honor. In just a moment, I'm going to tell you a story. It's a very gentle story, a quiet story, about a cat searching for the perfect place to nap on a cold winter's day. Nothing dramatic will happen. Nothing requires your attention or focus. This story exists only to give your mind something soft to rest upon as your body drifts towards sleep. But before we begin, let's take a few moments together to help your body prepare for this journey into rest. Let's release any tension you might be holding and invite your whole system to soften, to settle, to feel safe and supported. So, if you're comfortable doing so, go ahead and close your eyes now. Or if you prefer, simply let your gaze soften, finding a spot in the room that requires no effort to look at. Begin by noticing your breathing. You don't need to change it, just notice it. Feel the air as it enters your nose or mouth, cool and fresh. Feel it as it leaves, slightly warmer. Your body knows exactly how to breathe. You've been breathing perfectly your entire life without trying. So let your breath be easy, natural, effortless. Now bring your attention to your face. There are so many tiny muscles in your face, around your eyes, your jaw, your forehead. Often we hold tension here without even realizing it. So take a moment now to let your forehead smooth and soften. Let your eyebrows relax, no longer needing to hold any expression. Let your eyelids grow heavy, resting gently closed. Soften your jaw, perhaps letting your lips part slightly. Let your tongue rest softly in your mouth. Feel all those small muscles releasing, letting go. Good. Now bring your awareness down to your neck and shoulders. This is where so many of us carry the weight of our day. Imagine that weight now beginning to drain away like water flowing downward. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let them become heavy, sinking down into whatever is supporting you. Feel the muscles in your neck lengthening, releasing. Your head is perfectly supported. You don't need to hold it anymore. Allow this wave of relaxation to move down into your arms. Feel your upper arms growing heavy, your elbows softening, your forearms releasing any tension. Let it flow all the way down to your wrists, your hands, your fingers. Your hands can be completely still now, completely at rest. Feel them growing warmer, heavier, more relaxed. Bring your attention to your chest and your back. With each exhale, feel your chest softening, your rib cage settling. The muscles along your spine, muscles that work so hard all day to hold you upright, can finally rest. Let your entire back sink more deeply into the bed, the pillow, whatever is beneath you. Feel yourself being held, supported. You are safe here. You can let go. Now move down into your belly and your hips. Let your belly be soft. There's no need to hold it in, no need to control it. Let it rise and fall naturally with your breath. Feel your hips growing heavy, sinking down. Any tension in your lower back can dissolve now, melting away like ice in warm water. Let this relaxation flow down into your legs. Feel your thighs becoming heavy, your knees softening, your calves releasing, down through your ankles, into your feet, all the way to your toes. Your legs have carried you through the entire day. They can rest now. Let them be completely heavy, completely still. Take one more slow, gentle breath. As you breathe in, imagine breathing in peace, calm, comfort. And as you breathe out, release anything you no longer need, any worry, any tension, any thoughts about tomorrow or yesterday. Just let them go. Your body is now relaxed, heavy, and comfortable. Your mind can begin to drift. And as it does, let me tell you a story. A story about an old windmill, a winter day, and a wise cat who knows the secret to perfect rest. Let the story carry you wherever you need to go. Outside the old windmill, the winter wind rises with purpose. It sweeps across the open fields, gathering strength, and throws itself against the tall brick walls with a low, persistent howl. The ancient sails creak and clatter in response, their wooden frames protesting gently against the gusts. The sound is rhythmic, almost musical, a distant percussion that speaks of cold air and gray skies. Bare branches tap against window panes. The world beyond the thick walls is sharp and restless, full of movement and chill. But inside, everything is different. Inside, the air is thick with warmth. The scent of full-bodied coffee lingers from the morning pot, rich and dark, mingling with the faint sweetness of a candle burning on the mantelpiece. The candle has a wood wick, and it crackles softly, steadily, like a miniature log fire. Each tiny pop is a promise of comfort. The walls of the windmill are sturdy, built centuries ago to withstand far worse than today's wind, and they hold the warmth close, keeping out the cold and gusty weather with quiet determination. In this sanctuary of coziness, a cat begins his day. His name is Whiskers, though he would never come when called. He is a creature of striking independence and undeniable beauty. A long-haired tabby with fur the color of autumn leaves, striped in shades of amber, cream, and charcoal. His eyes are gold, half-lidded most of the time, holding within them an ancient, knowing look. There is something deeply regal about Whiskers. He moves through the windmill not as a pet, but as a small monarch surveying his domain. And today, like most days, he has one singular, sacred goal: to find the perfect place to nap. This is not a quest to be taken lightly. Whiskers possesses an innate wisdom regarding rest. He understands, in ways humans have long forgotten, that sleep is an art form. The right spot, the right temperature, the right texture, all these elements must align. And so, with the patience of a true connoisseur, he begins his search. His first stop is the bathroom. The door has been left slightly ajar, and Whiskers nudges it open with his head, slipping through the gap with fluid grace. The bathroom is small but warm, warmer than the rest of the house. Beneath the tiles, hot water pipes run their invisible course, radiating gentle heat upward through the floor. Whiskers knows this. He has mapped every warm spot in the windmill through seasons of careful study. He steps onto the bath mat, and his paws sink slightly into its surface. The mat is velvety, a deep crimson color that contrasts beautifully with his striped fur. He kneads it experimentally, his claws flexing in and out, pressing and releasing, testing the softness. The texture is pleasing. The warmth from the below seeps into his paw pads, traveling up through his legs. He circles once, twice, 3 times, following some ancient instinctive pattern known only to cats. Then he lies down, slowly, carefully, tucking his paws beneath his chest. His tail curves around his body like a soft scarf. He closes his eyes. For a while, this seems perfect. The heat from the floor warms his belly. The pile of the mat cushions his body like a luxurious blanket. He can hear the muffled sound of the wind outside, which only emphasizes how safe and warm and protected he is in here. His breathing slows. His whiskers relax, no longer sensing for movement or change. But then, a subtle shift. Perhaps the floor is a touch too warm now. Perhaps the texture, while soft, is not quite luxurious enough for a true connoisseur of rest. Whiskers is a perfectionist in the art of rest. He opens one golden eye, considers the situation carefully, and decides to move on. He rises with a long, elegant stretch, extending his front legs forward and arching his back in a perfect curve. His mouth opens in a wide, silent yawn, revealing tiny white teeth and a pink curl of tongue. Then, with his tail held high like a banner, he pats softly out of the bathroom. The search continues. The next location is one of his favorites, the windowsill in the upstairs hallway. A pale winter sunlight has found its way through the clouds and now slants through the tall wooden window, creating a rectangle of pure gold on the wide wooden sill. Whiskers leaps up effortlessly, landing without a sound. This is the spot where he sunbathes, where he soaks in the light and warmth as if recharging some internal battery. He steps into the sunbeam and immediately feels its gentle heat on his face, his ears, his whiskers. He closes his eyes, tilting his head slightly to catch more of the light. Slowly, carefully, he lowers himself down, stretching out to his full magnificent length along the sill. His back legs extend behind him, his front paws reach forward. He is nearly flat, maximizing the surface area exposed to the precious winter sun. He purrs, a low, rumbling sound that vibrates through his entire body, a sound of pure contentment. Time passes in that slow, liquid, honey-thick way it has when you're perfectly comfortable. The wind continues to blow outside, rattling the old window frame, but Whiskers is beyond its reach. The sunbeam shifts slightly as the angle of the light changes, and Whiskers shifts with it, adjusting his position with minimal effort, still half asleep. But the winter sun is fickle. A cloud passes overhead, thick and gray, and the beam dims. The golden warmth begins to fade, replaced by ordinary daylight. Whiskers opens his eyes and sees the change. He waits a moment, patient as only a cat can be, to see if the sun will return. When it doesn't, he makes his decision. Time to explore other options.
Whiskers makes his way down the hallway, his paws silent on the old floorboards. He moves through the half-opened bedroom door like a shadow. The room is dim and peaceful, curtains drawn against the windy day outside. At its center sits a large bed made up with care this morning, a thick duvet covered with a festive tartan pattern in deep greens and rich reds and shimmering golds. It looks impossibly inviting. Whiskers gathers himself, hindquarters wiggling slightly, and leaps, landing soundlessly on the bed's surface. The duvet compresses beneath his weight, soft and yielding like a cloud. He walks across it slowly, feeling the pleasant give of the feather-filled cover. Each step is a small luxury, a small pleasure. He finds the spot where two pillows meet, creating a small valley of softness, and begins to knead with his front paws, pushing rhythmically, alternating left and right, press and release, press and release. This is an old instinct, a memory of kittenhood, of needing his mother to stimulate milk. Now, it's simply a comfort behavior, a ritual of contentment, a sign that he's considering settling down. He circles several times, tighter and tighter spirals, until finally he curls into a perfect ball. His tail wraps around to touch his nose. His head tucks slightly downward. From above, he would look like a cinnamon roll, all swirls and soft curves and warm colors. The bed is wonderful, soft, supportive, warm, smelling faintly of lavender from the drawer sachets kept among the linens. Whiskers' breathing deepens. His body grows heavy, sinking into the tartan duvet, burrowing down into comfort. Sleep reaches out for him with gentle fingers, pulling him down, down, down. But there's a sound downstairs. His owner is moving around, and Whiskers' ear twitches independently, tracking the sound even as the rest of him remains still. He's not fully asleep yet, still in that floating space between waking and dreaming, that peaceful in-between place. And in that space, a thought occurs to him. There might be something even better available. He uncurls slowly, stands and stretches again, this time a back leg stretch, each hind leg extending backward one at a time, toes spreading. Then he hops down from the bed with practiced grace and makes his way back downstairs. The quest is not yet complete. In the entryway, he discovers treasure. A pair of shoes his owner has just removed, still holding the warmth of being worn, and beside them, a canvas bag set down only moments ago. This is another favorite type of spot for Whiskers. There's something deeply satisfying about claiming an object that's just been used, that's just been important to his human. Perhaps it's the lingering body heat, or the concentrated scent, or simply the knowledge that this thing mattered moments ago and therefore deserves his attention. He approaches the bag, sniffs it carefully and thoroughly, gathering information, and then climbs halfway onto it, draping himself across its surface like a luxurious throw blanket. One paw extends deliberately to rest firmly on the shoe. This is the claiming gesture. This is his now. He's made it so by the simple, powerful act of sleeping on it. His eyes close, and for a while he rests there, half on the bag, half on the cool floor, his paw staking his territorial claim. It's comfortable in its own peculiar way, the slight unevenness of the bag's contents beneath him, the smell of outside still clinging to the fabric, the coolness of the floor balancing the warmth trapped in the recently worn shoe. But it's not quite right. Too lumpy, too much the smell of the outdoors, of wind and cold and the world beyond the windmill walls. Whiskers is patient. The perfect spot exists somewhere. He simply has to find it, and he will. He always does. He wanders into the living room, and there it is. The room glows softly with afternoon light filtered through heavy curtains that turn the winter day into something amber and gentle. In the corner, the Christmas tree stands decorated and lovely, its lowest branches creating a sheltered cave of shadow and pine scent. But even better, on the carpet, near the leather sofa, his owner has left a pair of gloves and a soft wool hat, probably removed upon coming inside from the cold and forgotten in the warmth. Whiskers approaches the hat slowly, reverently. It's made of thick, chunky knit wool in a pale gray color, like storm clouds or dove feathers. He sniffs it carefully, then paws at it gently, testing. It's soft, very, very soft. And it smells exactly like his human, that particular irreplaceable combination of soap and skin and the outdoors that means home and safety and love. He lies down carefully on the hat, positioning himself sphinx-like,
front legs extended forward, paws crossed neatly at the ankles, back legs tucked beneath him, head held upright. It's a position of alertness and rest combined, the posture of a guardian at ease, a temple cat watching over sacred spaces. The wool is heavenly against his fur, soft and yielding, and somehow both warm and cool at once. The carpet beneath him provides just the right amount of support, not too hard, not too soft. He's near the sofa, near where his human will likely sit soon. The room is warm from the crackling candle on the nearby table. Through the walls, he can still hear the wind, but it sounds even more distant now, muffled and far away, as though it belongs to another world entirely. His earlids grow heavy. His head begins to lower slowly, slowly, a gradual surrender, until his chin rests gently on his crossed paws. His purr starts up again, that deep motor sound of complete contentment, of perfect peace. But just as he's about to surrender completely, he hears the best sound of all, his owner settling onto the leather sofa above him, the soft rustle of fabric, the familiar creak of old leather, the sigh of someone finally sitting down to rest after a long day of movement and doing.
Whiskers opens his eyes and makes one final relocation. He stands gracefully, steps delicately off the wool hat, he'll return to it later perhaps, and approaches the sofa. His human has sat down in the usual spot, the well-worn place where a ruby-colored cushion provides extra comfort against the leather. Whiskers doesn't ask permission. He never does, and none is needed. He simply leaps up with easy confidence and, in a move perfected over years of practice, steps carefully onto his human's lap. He can feel the warmth of his human's body immediately, radiating through the fabric of their clothes. He needs, briefly, just a few gentle compressions to test the softness, to express his affection, and then he circles once, following that ancient ritual before settling down. This is it. This is the spot. His human's hand comes down gently to rest on his back, fingers scratching softly behind his ears in just the right spot, the spot that makes his eyes close and his purr deepen. Whiskers pushes his head into the touch, leaning into the love, then relaxes completely. He becomes heavy, boneless, sinking into the lap beneath him, as if the two of them are merging into one comfortable, peaceful entity. All his weight is given over. All his trust is placed here. He is held. He is safe. He is home. His purr grows louder, a sound like distant thunder rolling over summer hills, like a well-tuned engine, like the earth itself humming. It vibrates through his whole body and into his human, creating a circuit of comfort between them. It's a sound of absolute safety, of trust, of being exactly where he belongs. Outside, the wind continues its cold work, tireless and determined. The windmill sails clatter and creak, the branches tap against windows, the world spins on. But inside, all is stillness and warmth. The room grows dimmer as evening comes early, the way it does in winter when the days are short and the nights are long. The candle flame dances, casting moving shadows on the old brick walls. The Christmas tree lights glow softly in their corner, tiny points of color in the gathering dusk. And Whiskers sleeps. His breathing becomes deep and even, slow and peaceful. His body is completely relaxed, every muscle loose, every worry forgotten, every need met. In this moment, in this perfect spot, he is the embodiment of peace itself. He has found exactly what he was searching for.
His human sits quietly beneath him, reluctant to move and disturb such perfect rest. They feel the warmth of cat, the weight of small sleeping body. They hear the purr gradually fade as Whiskers slips deeper into dreams, dreams of sunbeams and soft places, of warmth and safety, of long winter afternoons that stretch into cozy evenings, of being loved and being home. The perfect nap has been found. And in the old windmill, surrounded by thick protective walls, warmed by crackling candles and the memory of full-bodied coffee, the cat and his human rest together, while the wind blows itself out against the ancient bricks, powerless to disturb the peace within. The search is over. The perfect spot is here, and sleep, gentle and deep and restoring, settles over everything like the softest blanket in the world.
Whiskers opens his eyes and makes one final relocation. He stands gracefully, steps delicately off the wool hat, he'll return to it later perhaps, and approaches the sofa. His human has sat down in the usual spot, the well-worn place where a ruby-colored cushion provides extra comfort against the leather. Whiskers doesn't ask permission. He never does, and none is needed. He simply leaps up with easy confidence and, in a move perfected over years of practice, steps carefully onto his human's lap. He can feel the warmth of his human's body immediately, radiating through the fabric of their clothes. He needs, briefly, just a few gentle compressions to test the softness, to express his affection, and then he circles once, following that ancient ritual before settling down. This is it. This is the spot. His human's hand comes down gently to rest on his back, fingers scratching softly behind his ears in just the right spot, the spot that makes his eyes close and his purr deepen. Whiskers pushes his head into the touch, leaning into the love, then relaxes completely. He becomes heavy, boneless, sinking into the lap beneath him as if the two of them are merging into one comfortable, peaceful entity. All his weight is given over. All his trust is placed here. He is held. He is safe. He is home. His purr grows louder, a sound like distant thunder rolling over summer hills, like a well-tuned engine, like the earth itself humming. It vibrates through his whole body and into his human, creating a circuit of comfort between them. It's a sound of absolute safety, of trust, of being exactly where he belongs. Outside, the wind continues its cold work, tireless and determined. The windmill sails clatter and creak, the branches tap against windows, the world spins on. But inside, all is stillness and